Hi everyone, I am Betsabe Flores. Today we are going on a deep dive into a film that completely changed how I see storytelling. The film is The Adventures of Mark Twain. At first glance, it looks like just another children's animated movie. Colorful characters, claymation figures, and adventure. But within the first 15 minutes, I realized this was something entirely different. This film uses the whimsical world of Mark Twain's most famous characters. Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, even Adam and Eve, to ask some of life's biggest questions. What is our purpose? Is there a good? How do we face death? And it does all this through stunning stop motion animation that somehow makes these heavy themes accessible. Over the next 10 minutes, I will walk you through the scenes that stayed with me long after the credits rolled, the philosophical questions it raised, and why this 35-year-old film feels more relevant today than ever. The scene that haunts me in the best possible way comes about halfway through when we meet the mysterious stranger. Let me set the stage. Twain's airship has traveled through various adventures when suddenly the tone shifts completely. We are in this eerie, dreamlike space where a pale, almost doll-like angel appears. At first, he seems gentle. He's creating little clay people, giving them life. There's something beautiful about watching him mold these tiny figures that start moving and interacting. But then, with this chilling smile, he crushes them, wipes wipes them out completely. And what he says as he does this. Your world is nothing. Your existence meaningless. It is delivered so calmly is terrifying. What makes this what makes this so powerful in the contrast? The animation style makes it look like it should be for kids, but the message is so profoundly dark. The way the clay figures crumble, it is a visual metaphor for how fragile human life really is. And Twain's reaction is fascinating too. He doesn't get angry or scared, and he watches with this sad understanding, like he is known this truth all along. This one scene captures what makes the entire film special. It is not afraid to explore darkness, but does it with such creativity, cre- such creativity and artistry that you can't look away. What is brilliant about how Twain is portrayed is that he is both guide and student in his own story. We see him as this wise old captain of the airship, shepherding his characters but also constantly questioning. There is a particularly moving moment where he is talking to Tom Sawyer about freedom, and you realize Twain, the author, is working through his own doubts through his creations. It makes me wonder how much of this was autobiographical, historical. Twain did struggle with depression later in life, especially after personal tragedies. The film captures that complexity beautifully. Before watching, I thought of Twain as just the guy who wrote those adventures books we read in school. But this film reveals him as a true philosopher. Take the Adam and Eve sequence in it turns the biblical story into this witty commentary on relationships and human nature, or the sense where they met Satan. What shocked me was realizing these are both based on Twain's actual later writings. He was grappling with these heavy questions about religion, morality, and existence, but packaging them in stories. The film makes his philosophical side accessible in way reading his essays might not. The choice to use clay animation is genius. Clay is malleable and it can be shaped into anything just like Twain shaped his stories, but is also fragile. It crumbles just like human life. There's this incredible sequence where characters' faces melt and reform during philosophical debates. It is disturbing but perfect for showing how our identities aren't fixed. The animators didn't just adapt Twain's stories, they found visual equivalents for his ideas. This film stayed with me for days after watching. That never happens with the animated movies. It found myself thinking about the mysterious strangers world when I saw news about wars or climate change is everything we don't ultimately meaningless. But then I remember Twain's louder through the film. There is a scene where he jokes about his own funeral that should be morbid, but instead feels liberating. That the that is the magic. It doesn't provide easy answers, but gives you new ways to ask the questions. What is amazing is how current this feels in our age of AI and existential threats. Twain's questions about humanity's place in the universe are more relevant than ever. The film's visual style may look dated, but its themes are timeless. It makes me wish Twain could see how his ideas still challenge, challenge us today. So, why should you watch The Adventures of Mark Twain? Because it is rare to find something that is simultaneously this entertaining and this profound. It is a film that respects its audience, whether you are 15 or 50. It meets you where you are. You can enjoy it as a quirky animated adventure, or you can dive deep into the philosophy. My biggest takeaway, trying shows us that asking difficult questions doesn't have to be depressing. It can be an adventure in itself. As he says in the film's most beautiful line, the fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. That is a message worth remembering. That's all. Thank you.